This is Wednesday afternoon. I am 2 days away from loading up the truck to go back to Kalispell. Um, I still have to reserve the truck this afternoon. I'll do that on U-Haul's online site. I am right now sitting at a park watching ducks and geese. Like several hundred of them. I got out and shared a roll with them. Some of them ate out of my hand. Very cool. Lots of little babies here. Well, maybe not babies. They're probably several weeks old, but they're still little. I have one of the police departments hopefully coming Friday to pick up some beanie babies. I'm going to send some with the missionary couple. They're going to help me load the truck. I'm not sure how that's going to go. It's going to be 3 of us. It's probably going to be rough, but at least they're willing to help me. I'll give them some beanies to load in their car to send down to Haiti. They're going to ship a vehicle down there, and one of the police departments is going to come by and pick some up. I've got way more than these people can handle, so I'll end up having to move a bunch of them back to Montana, but maybe I can donate them out there, do Toys for Tots, and maybe the police department, and who knows what else. I would like to have not moved them again, but I don't really have resources. The Nashville police department doesn't want any, and the Brentwood police department isn't willing to drive up and come get them. So they'd take them if I bring them to them, and I don't really have a vehicle to do that in, so I'm just going to let it go. I'm spending my time in between my car and the campground. I go to the campground every 4 days and spend the night so I can take a shower, and I still sleep in my car at Walmart because I'm trying to save money for gas for the trip. And I don't know how far it's going to go, so I'm trying to be really careful. At least I have Wi-Fi so I can communicate and waste time on Facebook, which is a lot of what I'm doing right now, because there's not really anything else I can do. I just have to wait to make the trip. I chose to do a Friday loading of the truck because the storage unit that I'm going to use in Kalispell is closed on Monday. So if I had loaded the truck on Thursday and then head out, I'd have a day waiting. They wouldn't be open the day I need to unload it. So I'm delaying a day, and while I would love to be there right this very moment, I am kind of waiting to hear back from some people. I'm hoping for some help in unloading in Kalispell. I still don't know where I'm going to live. I located a couple of campgrounds. One of them looks like it's pretty nice, that I have showers and a campsite, so I'm probably going to end up staying there. And I don't know what that's going to be like to stay at a campground and hold a job. It won't be forever, it's not like I haven't survived this, so I guess my biggest concern is the girls during the day, and I don't know if my new job, if they're giving me an office, and I don't know if they'd allow me to have the girls there with the door closed all day. If not, then I will keep them in the car, find a place to park in the shade, and run the motor. At least Kalispell's not as hot as it is here. The last few days have actually been pretty cool here, surprisingly, for August in the south. We've had some nice rain. I I just think that God's taking care of me, and that was for me. I'm just gonna claim that one. Um, it's hot today, but it's cloudy, and I'm finding places to park in the shade. So, this would be the perfect spot here by the lake with the birds. If I had Wi-Fi, I wouldn't leave. They'd probably chase me out at night, though. So I'm this is rough. I hate this, but I've got a job now, and it's where I want to live. I want to go back to Montana, and I've always loved Kalispell, and the church, I rededicated my life to God, is there, so I get to go to that again. That's very cool. I think that as long as you're living in God's will, He's going to work things out for you for your best. And I don't know, if I was disobedient in some way, and that's what ended up bringing me to Nashville. I don't see the whole picture. I don't think so. I didn't do anything to cause myself to get sick and end up leaving my job, and so there's a whole lot of steps that I wasn't in control of that ended up bringing me here. So I'm just thankful that it's ending, that I'm gonna get to go home. It makes me happy. I do hope that this is the end of this really long trial, and that there's not more suffering to come in Montana. I don't know what my living situation is. I don't know how I'm going to be bringing Mom up there, and she's going to be a handful. I don't know how far gone her mental state is. The last few times that I talked to her, she sounded okay, but there's definitely something wrong. If I can find some kind of a separate apartment type thing in a house or a duplex for us to live in, then we're not on top of each other. And I think that that's probably going to be the most successful way to do this long term. So that's what I'm going to look for. I'll try to do some kind of loan pre-approval as soon as I get there, to find out what I'm up against. Since I've been out of work all this time, I don't know what the requirements are going to be for a loan for a place. Kalispell's not a very cheap place to live, so I've got some challenges ahead. I'm definitely not. If all this happens, it's going to be a God thing. So I'm praying and trusting, and I'm just going to do the best I can. I am very grateful for all my Facebook friends, and there's a few of you who I've actually met in real life. A lot of you I've never met. You have helped me not get really down during this whole process, because I can get on Facebook and call people idiots and do the political stuff, and post a bunch of cat pictures, and it's good to escape that way, and I can see a lot of support from you guys, so I'm so grateful for that. Maybe there will come a day when I can help you, and I would love that. I hope there will come a day where I will be the helper and not asking for help. I really don't want to be in this position again. So I don't know what's in store for me, but I'm surviving it. People have said to me that they think that I'm really strong, and I think, well, I'm just surviving. I'm just doing what I have to get through this, and I don't know if that makes me strong or if it's just a normal human. But I'm definitely been changed by this whole experience, and maybe that was what God intended. My relationship with him is way stronger, and there's a level of trust that I didn't have before. I don't know, I don't have the big picture on any of this, but my girls are still with me. They're okay. For 16-year-old kitties, they have really been resilient through this, and I've prayed a lot for God to protect them, and I believe that He is, and I hope that's for a lot more years. They could live to be 30. It can happen. That's what I want. Healthy 30. I have been faced with, from a number of people, surprising people that have outright rejected a place for me to live because of them, and there have been people who have suggested that I put them down or put them in a shelter and walk away, and I don't have anything nice to say to you people about that, so I'm just going to let it go. I'm astonished. That's shocking to me, and I don't relate to that kind of thinking. If you have a family member and they are not human, they're still family. These girls are my family, and I made a commitment to take care of them for their whole lives, and nothing will cause me to change that. And if I have to live in my car in order to keep them, then I'm going to live in my car in order to keep them. We just have a lot closer quarters than we're accustomed to. And I've tried to give them plenty of comfortable places to sleep. They don't really like it when I'm driving. As long as we're sitting still, they seem to take a lot of naps, and there's one more up here. No, Dear precious, I just love you so much. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna try to load the truck Friday, and I figured that loading the truck's gonna take a good 4 or 5 hours with 3 of us. I have reached out to another person that I met here. Well, I didn't meet him in person. I met him through email, through their website. It's a militia group, and I was looking to join them if I was going to stay here, and so I made that communication, and we've been emailing back and forth since, and I've asked if he knows of anybody who can help load the truck, and we'll see if I get a response or if there's anybody available. I mean, it is during the day, so I'm not going to fault anyone for saying no, whether they're available or not. They don't know me. That's not something that anybody wants to do for anybody, loading a moving truck. So if it's just the 3 of us, then God will give us the strength to get it done, and I've got all day. The people who are helping me are going to, they said they're available until 4, which is pretty much all day. We're going to start at 9. So depending on how long that takes, I don't expect to be leaving Friday. I don't think that there are any spots available at the campground. There's only one pull through, and that's what I would need. So I will probably park in the Walmart parking lot again with the moving truck, and then head out early Saturday morning. If I get really antsy, I might try leaving Friday and try try to make some progress on the trip. I'm going to be looking for truck stops and Walmarts all across the country before I leave, for places to stop that I'm allowed to park overnight and that have Wi-Fi and bathrooms. And a lot of the truck stops you can pay for a shower too, so that would be awesome. So I'll line those out, figure out what my route is. I don't even have that sorted out yet. I don't have GPS on my phone. My phone's not very smart, and the Verizon Navigator crashes when I try to load it. There's just not enough memory in the phone. It's too old. So I'm going to have to be, I mean, I could buy another phone for probably $120, but I don't have that kind of money right now. So I'm going to try to line out all the places on the route that I can stop and use Wi-Fi and make sure I'm on track, I'm on a good path, and I have the right places to stop on the way. So that's probably what I will do tomorrow, is line out the whole trip. Maybe a little bit tonight. I emailed the church in Kalispell and asked them to pray for a safe trip for us, and some help for unloading the truck and a place to stay. I have contacted several real estate agents and property management people, and I've not heard back from any of them yet. I'm probably going to be in the campground, at least for the first week, until I can make some more connections. That's okay. You know, it's warm weather. I've been surviving this way, and like I said earlier, my only real concern is what the girls do during the day when I'm working. So I'm praying that God will provide for them and take care of them. The people that I knew when I lived in Kalispell before are all associates of the ex-boyfriend, so I don't have people I can call on for help. The one friend that actually referred me for this job, that helped me get this job, I'm not asking another thing from him. I'm grateful for the job. I'm happy for that, and he doesn't have to do a thing more for me. I'm tickled pink that I have that he provided that opportunity. Can't wait to thank him in person. So I'm going to enjoy the lake and the birds and have something to eat. I might do another video tonight or tomorrow. I didn't for several days because I didn't have a shower and I looked terrible. I really don't want to preserve that forever, so I waited until I looked better. Not that I haven't already done that, but I don't want to make more. I may go to the campground tomorrow night, Thursday night, just so I get one more shower before loading and getting on the road. That's been one of the biggest, I guess that's probably the biggest challenge. Well, there's three really big ones: showers, bathrooms, and having shade to park in. If I ever, when I ever win the lottery, that's something I want to build in any larger community, is a property that has those facilities and has shade, and where people are allowed, I'm targeting homeless veterans, where they're allowed to park their vehicles and not be hassled and be able to go to the bathroom when they need to. And you know, what I've been doing with Walmart is I'll go in and buy something and then use the bathroom, so that I'm not just in and out of there several times a day. I don't know if anybody would ever criticize that, probably not, but I'm not trying to just use them. Trying to be a good customer too, so I'm not taking advantage of their allowing us to stay all night. I don't want to appear to be a homeless person. I'm not. In my mind, I'm a victim of abusive family member and bad circumstances, and I imagine that everybody has some kind of similar story. It's not like I was abusing substances and careless with my decisions and did stupid things or got arrested or none of that. I imagine there are probably a fair amount of homeless people who got sick. That's where all this started with me. So the people that have been, even the people that have helped me through this process, would rather throw money at me than actually have me in their house. That's been a little heartbreaking that they would like to keep their distance, and there's always some kind of excuse. Whatever. I'm not going to judge them, and I'm going to just be grateful that they did help me, and that that they weren't mean to me. I haven't had a lot of people be mean to me, but I haven't really admitted the homeless thing to very many. And the ones that I did admit the homeless usually kind of retreated and had an astonished look on their face and got away as fast as possible, which is actually kind of funny. Not that I would want to play that game with them, but I could. Anyway. After going to, when I was first homeless, and after going to the Mission and some of the other homeless shelters to get meals and such, I had a really good look at the people that live this every day, and they don't have cars and homes, and they are this is their reality. They most of them have lost hope, and I will say it is really hard to dig out of this, because even if I stayed here in Nashville and got a job, how am I gonna go to work every day and have my girls stay in the car all day and with the engine running? I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that in Kalispell, but at least up there it's not as hot as it is here, and where do you take a shower every day to go to work and do your makeup? I've done my makeup sitting here in the car a couple of times, and it's really tiring. And if you are already ill or have been homeless for long enough to have it really beat you down, you need help getting out of it. I don't think that is a pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of experience. I have had people helping me through this. So for somebody to say, well, you're homeless, just, go get a job. Well, pardon my language, but F you. Anybody else has the nerve to say that to me ever in my presence, I'm going to shut them down. You have to have help to get out of this, and I don't mean help as in, a mission type place where they kick you while you're down, which is really what they do there. The Nashville Mission is one of the biggest places, the biggest shelters here, and they treat you like a criminal, and their attitude is horrible. And if you're homeless, you're already way down. You've already hit rock bottom, and you don't need people treating you horribly. I think there are some reforms that need to happen A lot of government money goes to the homeless and helping people, and most of that money goes to paying the jobs for the people that are supposed to be helping you, so that they can sit at their desks all day and make phone calls and send emails. And if they put that money towards actually housing and food for these homeless people, and I guess I can't criticize all of these agencies, but a lot of it's waste. When I went down to social services, they did absolutely nothing for me. They were super nice, and they gave me a lunch while I was there and put me in the system and listened to my story, but I got no help from them. The only thing I did get help from the government was getting a food stamp card, which has been amazing. I've had to have that. I wouldn't have been able to eat a lot of this time. So that's really the only valuable service that's come out of this. There have been some really good social workers. I think there's one that may actually try to give me gas money to go back to Montana. It won't be a lot. It's probably going to be about how much a bus fare would be, but that will help pay for the gas for the truck. I think I'm going to come close to being short. I'm not sure. I'm trying not to ask my stepfather for any more money. He's already given me so much. He helped me move down here and then helped pay for my storage unit. So I'd like to be able to not ask for anything else. So I'm going to see how far I can go and hopefully make it all the way. Maybe I'll have a good tailwind. I thought about writing a Homeless for Dummies book after this experience, but I don't think that I've got anything terribly important to say that's any different than anybody else. For whatever writing skills I do have, I'm going to be busy at work using them there, and unless the Holy Spirit puts it on my heart to do this and helps me write it, then I probably won't. I'd probably be better off doing the videos than actually spending some time writing, because I would just edit it to death. So at least, surprisingly, I've had things to say when I make these videos. I figured I'd turn the video on and be speechless, but it hasn't really happened. So, okay, I'm gonna go have some lunch now and maybe do one of these later. Love you, bye.